stimuli, you could also do what these parents have done and create a house of, well, Zen. UK architecture studio Hamish & Lyons constructed a beautiful stepping stone home for a family with 5 children in Berkshire, England. It would form an extension to a manor house, but in a far more unique style. The firm replaced the 3 flood-prone and underutilized outbuildings and created a natural, calming, and serene abode for a family that had 3 children with an attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. The house was built on stilts in a body of water with stepping stone access, and it was designed to maximize light, nature, and serenity. Every room in the house featured earthy tones, and it was split into 2 wings with a swimming area in between. The best part is, you never have to travel too far to go swimming. Put on your best pair of swimmers, step off your deck, and dive right in. Doesn't get much better than that. In the East End of Toronto is an absolutely incredible home, but possibly not for the reasons you think. One phrase to describe it would be, it stands out like a sore thumb. That might be why it sat on the market with a price tag of $3 million for over 100 days. A rare sight in a hot Canadian house market. So why is this house so incredible? Well, it's skinny, like super skinny, supermodel skinny, almost. If it were positioned on its own, it wouldn't look so out of place, but it's squeezed in between 2 regular-sized homes on Hamilton Street in Toronto. Noted as functionality minimalist with exclusive finishes, it certainly is minimalist. But if you choose to call this narrow home yours, be aware that the neighbors are, in a word, disgruntled. The 4-story home is placed far back from the street with a lack of street appeal and tends to impinge on the neighbors' privacy. Be prepared to feature on an episode of Neighbors at War once moving day arrives. Anyone who buys this home is immediately in their bad books. Number 8. The problem is, many of them are just too small for a regular home, which means no one seems to want them. Pennsylvania architecture studio ISSA has come up with a solution. The design studio has created what is being called the Tiny Tower. It's a 5-story house on a small plot that has a 1,250 square foot floor plan, but a footprint of just 29 by 12 feet. How on earth does that work? It's easy. The Tiny Tower has a wood and steel frame with painted metal and a level for each function. Stairs take the homeowner up to each floor, with every inch of space maximized for comfort and convenience. Windows also make up a significant portion of the front, but it's a little more private on the remaining sides. This tower in a developing Philadelphia neighborhood could be the key to solving a lack of housing and an oversupply of cement factory and think, yuck, knock that down, what an eyesore. But Richard Vophil saw something different. He had been on vacation in Spain when he spotted the abandoned old factory. Instead of ruins, he saw an opportunity. It took him more than 4 decades, but he converted the factory into a one-of-a-kind home that looks more castle than factory. Once he had transformed the interior, which included a cathedral, archive room, a 4-floor studio for his architecture firm, a private residence, and a workshop, he then got to work on the outside. He created a natural oasis to offset his carbon footprint, with lush gardens, olive trees, palm trees, and eucalyptus trees. He then decided to share it with the world by opening up parts to the public. While some parts were closed off, such as the residential part, people could visit, take photos, and admire the architecture and years of planning to make it something magnificent. If he could create a paradise from a cement factory, imagine what he could do with a blank canvas in your family to stop drooling over cars. Then it's best he doesn't see this incredible home in New Orleans. Robert Guthrie decided it would be a great idea to turn an old, abandoned gas station into his home. The result? Absolutely amazing. It retains all the old-style automotive charm with exposed beams and rustic features, but carries on the car-mad theme in a contemporary way. Kitchen cabinetry has car badge handles, and the staircase to the bedroom is the original garage hydraulic lift, albeit a bit less oily and greasy. Everywhere you look, there's a piece of furniture, knick-knack, or home feature with cars on it, with the GO logo crafted into the floor-to-ceiling tiling and an oil can holder as the toilet paper roll holder. Completing the package is a rooftop deck for entertaining and relaxing, and a Spanish-style exterior that retains old garage signage just to confuse those driving through. Want to know what dreams are made of? An old gas station, that's what. Step of the property ladder. You can build a home from scratch or buy a house that somebody has already built. Or you could do what Alan Branch did and buy an old 4,400 square foot warehouse and turn it into a home. It might seem nuts, and it was, but the results are astounding. The old warehouse now boasts many eye-catching features like rooftop solar panels, an outdoor entertainment area, 19-foot ceilings, and a second-floor catwalk. The completely guttered warehouse house also has touches of elegance like a 48 square foot granite countertop island, space-saving cabinetry and closets, and small appliances. It's hard to believe that a rundown 80-year-old auto store in downtown Panama City would become a functioning family home in as little as 14 months, but that was the reality, and according to Alan, it was well worth the stress. Alan says that not only has the move to Panama City enabled him to build his dream home, but to live a more community-oriented lifestyle. As they started renovations, more and more people would stop by and find out what the next stage would be. Those intrigued passers-by have now become lifelong friends.